What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another one. It's a lot sunnier today than it was during the last video, so I'm pretty happy about that. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to the channel. And while you're at it, hit the like button for me. I really would appreciate that. I wanted to talk to you guys about some lessons that I learned over the years that I think could have really catapulted my personal success and net worth. And I think that this could really help out people who are, trying to build their net worth, get out of debt, save money, and figure out this game of life and financial freedom, financial independence. And this actually kind of comes from a conversation that I had with someone about college. Should you go to college? Is college worth it? Is college a scam? There's a lot of things out here that are scams, and I wanted to kind of talk about that a little bit. I've made a lot of mistakes throughout the years, but some of those mistakes turned out to be really, really good things in the long run that I didn't expect while I was going through the mistake or dealing with the pain that it dealt me. When we go to school, and this is what they never teach us in school. I don't know if this is intentional or if this is just an oversight, but there's a lot of things they just don't teach us in school. And one of the things is they teach you that mistakes are bad. They teach you not to make mistakes. But mistakes are a part of learning. And like, you get penalized if you make a mistake in school. But the problem with that is it teaches you to play it too safe in life. To not make any mistakes. Don't take any risks. You might make a mistake. I'll tell you what though, guys. Some of my mistakes, actually, most of my mistakes have turned out to be some of the greatest lessons that I never would have learned if I didn't make those mistakes. And I'll be honest with you, like, who wants to mess up? No one really wants to mess up, but at the same time, when you're successful, the win is not where you get the lesson. When you start a business and things are not working out and you have no money and you're broke, right? And you're just trying to get clients, you're trying to get customers. Maybe you're trying to start a YouTube channel. Maybe you're trying to get views. Maybe you're trying to get subscribers. Whatever you're trying to do, if it's not working, then you're forced to pivot. You're forced to try to break down what's not working in the business, what's not working on the YouTube channel, what's not working in your life. Why am I not landing that job? It's these types of problems that force you to analyze what's not working. And then it's on you to troubleshoot those problems and figure it out. And so that's where growth comes in. And so without these problems, you'd never be forced to grow. If everyone just won, then it wouldn't be winning. It would just be the default. So you have to have an opposite in order to have anything. There's no win without losing. Have you ever thought about that, guys? Like, have you ever thought about the fact that if you can't lose, then you can't win? Like, if there was no hot, then there couldn't be any cold, and vice versa. So you have to have an opposite in order to have anything. Otherwise, you just have the default. I hope this is making sense. So, in order to win, you have to lose first. And that's really how life works. But in school, they give you the lesson, you're supposed to take the test afterward. But in life, the reality is, generally speaking, you're going to get the test first. and then you get the lesson. And usually when you get the test first, you're probably going to fail and fail and fail and fail and figure it out, and fail less and fail less and fail less, and then eventually become successful. But that's not what they teach you in school. And so this is why a lot of people end up not being really successful in life. And so someone had asked me, you know, hey, are you going to make your kid go to school? Make your kid go to college? No. And you could almost hear their jaw hit the table. And I'm like, why am I going to make my kid go to school? Like, just blindly go to college. For what? Me personally, I went to college, and it was the most confusing thing for me to try to prepare for something that I'd never experienced before. It's like, hey, you've never been an adult, you've never had real world work experiences, but you're supposed to go ahead and commit tens of thousands of dollars, if not six figures, in tuition fees to learn or specialize in a particular skill. That was a pretty big bump that we just hit in the road. Or specialize in a particular skill. Wow. Messed up the phone mount and everything. You know, so you're supposed to go to school, commit to learning a particular skill, and you've never ever been in the workplace. You don't even know what skills are really valuable in the workplace because you don't have any experience yet. But yet, society expects kids to come right out of high school and make long-term commitments when they don't know anything about life yet. And that's really not fair. And it's not fair to the parents if the parents are paying for it. So for me, I said, well, if my kid knows what he wants to do, like he has conviction in what he wants to do, and it requires college education, then I would say, you know, let's have that conversation. But really, what I would recommend is go out there, try to land a job. Hey, heck, here's another opportunity. Why not try to start a business while you live at home and you have no expenses or responsibilities? Give it a shot. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If it doesn't, you're going to get a lesson. If it does, you know, you'll make some money. But at some point in time, things won't work and you'll ultimately get the lesson anyway. If you decide to get a job, I would probably really recommend getting into some type of a sales role. You know, one of the things that I wasn't clear on was, well, what degree should I go after? You know, when I got out of high school, what degree should I go after? What degree is worth my time? What degree is going to pay me the most money? Because here's the thing, at the end of the day, 99% of people are going to college to make money. They're not going to college just because they want to be the smartest person on earth for no apparent reason. People go to college, people go to post-secondary education outlets to make money. So they're like, hey, well, what positions are paying the most? Or maybe they say, what positions are least likely to be outsourced outside of America? What positions are least likely to be automated? Like, people want to make sure that if they go down a path that they're going to get rewarded for what they choose. Now, again, you know, if you don't have any real world experience, you better do a whole hell of a lot of investigating and research to figure out what makes the most sense. Now, I've studied business for years. I've studied the habits of rich versus poor people. I've studied the mindsets of the rich, the mindsets of the poor. And I've started a number of different businesses. I've worked for a number of different companies, Fortune 500 companies, small mom and pop businesses with less than 20 employees. I've done a lot. And one thing that is consistent across the board is that no business can survive without sales, period. There has to be some revenue generating activity that takes place in order for the business to operate. It's like if you were to equate a business to a human being, revenue is like the blood that circulates through the circulatory system in a human body. Without the blood circulating, the body ain't gonna last. The body is not going to survive. It's not going to stay alive. And that's the exact same thing in the business. So when you align yourself, even as an employee, people say you can't become rich. You can never get rich working for somebody. Well, I would say, really you need to first define what rich is to you. Rich means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. If you ask me what rich is, I'm pretty sure it's going to be different than what Elon Musk's definition of rich or Mark Zuckerberg's definition of rich. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's a big difference. So for some people, $1 million is rich. For other people, $1 million would make them panic because that's a little bit of money to them. So, everything's relative. I would say, though, the closer you can tie yourself to the needs and the values of businesses, the more you will be worth in terms of value in the marketplace, the less likely you will ever be in terms of lacking in opportunities, worrying about job loss, layoffs, or getting fired. And again, the more you're going to be able to make. So and when you're in sales, you're inevitably forced to learn multiple aspects related to the business, not just sales, not just the sell itself, but again, like when you can tie yourself to the revenue generating aspects of the business. Number one, it's like, hey, if a business ever goes through hard times, the last thing a business owner, if they have half a brain, the last thing that this business owner or smart management would ever want to do is to remove or eliminate the positions that could possibly save the business, which are revenue generating positions, salespeople. And then, of course, when you get really good, you can manage other people. You can manage other salespeople. And of course, some people are going to be like, you sound like you're talking about multi-level marketing. This sounds like a pyramid scheme. Well, if you look at any organization, if you look at any business, any successful business, it's always a pyramid. And if you want to call it a pyramid scheme, it is what it is. Look at Amazon. Does anybody in Amazon make more money than Jeff Bezos? Does anybody at Apple make more money than Tim Cook? Does anybody at Microsoft make more money than Bill Gates, or at least when he was the CEO of Microsoft? This is just how it works. There's always going to be fewer people at the top than there are at the bottom. And when I say fewer people at the top, there are always going to be fewer people at the top of any business, multi-level marketing, or any organization making the most money, and there's going to be more people at the bottom making the least amount of money. Look at any hotel. Look at your top management. There's going to be very few of them. And then look at your most plentiful amount of employees who are typically on the bottom, which are the housekeepers, the cleaning staff. And it's not to say that the cleaning staff doesn't do a very valuable and important role, because no one's going to accept going into a hotel and having a dirty room. So it's not like what they're doing is not important, but I'm just saying the marketplace, the value that the marketplace places on that particular role is not particularly high, and cleaning the rooms are not they're not revenue generating positions. And it's a low skill set role. Someone can learn to do the job in a couple days, but someone will not be able to learn to manage a hotel, generate sales for a hotel, and manage the overall operations in a day. So, and then when you look at the value that each of those roles provides, they're vastly different. So again, you know, when you tie yourself to the revenue sources of businesses, you're pretty much guaranteeing that you're never going to be at a loss for work or lacking in work, and you're typically going to get paid a whole lot more money at the end of the day. So I really hope you guys got some value out of this video. I'm going to leave some links for you guys down below that I think will be going to be helpful. You can join the newsletter if you like. Probably leave you guys some helpful cheat sheets for how to build wealth quicker. Maybe I might even leave a list of the highest paying, you know, jobs that pay around six figures, $100,000 a year, jobs that pay around $100,000 a year that don't even require college degrees. I wonder if you guys would find value in that. Let me know in the comments down below. But anyway, hit the like button if you appreciate it. Consider subscribing to the channel. We'll see you next time.